Hello.
How are you doing? Cheers,
Evening.
matey.
Cheers, Al.
Yeah, cheers, matey.
Cheers, much appreciated. What are we drinking?
Well, our beer of the week this week. I
Beer of
think
the
it's Corona.
Corona.
Yeah, not the virus. You're all
Pandemic.
right.
Well, that's a beer for the pandemic, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I've boosted and everything, so we're all right with this now.
Safe to drink.
Yeah, safe to drink.
How's everyone doing? Let us know you're watching. We've got a few people. Have we got our regulars in?
Yeah,
Let's
the
have a look
regulars.
if we've got Miriam's watching.
Miriam's watching. How you, Miriam? Are you all
How
right?
you doing? Evening. Mikey's here.
Mikey.
Which is good because he's our guest of the week. So
Yes,
it's good that he's turned up anyway.
So
we'll have that.
Yeah. So tell us where you're watching from. Tell us what you're drinking. You know, when you're having a cup of tea, a beer, or whatever.
That's it.
You just let us know. Last week we had someone watching from Romania.
Nick was watching from Romania.
Yeah, I had a lad tune in today from, well, where was he?
Rhodes. It was Greece, wasn't it?
Rhodes, yeah, but I think he's on a plane now, so he might be missing it now. But
never mind.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, let us know. Yeah. We've got Mark's in from Waterspoons. Nice to see you, Mark, mate.
Waterspoons, yes.
Emma's
good.
watching again. Love it, Emma.
Hello.
Emma had a bone to pick with me because I said last week that when we did the Christmas at Finnegan, she didn't watch.
Yeah.
But she did watch. It was Joyce who didn't watch.
Yeah, Joyce won't be watching this neither.
It's Joyce. Are you watching? Give us a comment. You don't think she is watching?
No, I don't think she's watching at all. No, not at all. I'll get away with it tonight, Tom. Yeah.
Okay, Margs is saying hello. Nice to see you,
hello,
Margs.
Margs.
Nice to have Mark in with us. Mikey's in Wavertree.
That's probably the furthest point at the moment.
Yeah, that probably is the furthest. We're in Bootle. Mikey's in Wavertree.
Oh, don't secret location.
Oh, secret location. But I think we can narrow it down to Bootle. Don't you think?
Yeah, all right.
I don't think people think we're heading out to the Maldives to shoot this, do they? So let's have a look.
Yeah. So
Debbie's actually here. We go. Debbie's in. Debbie's just moved to Bootle, and it's been warm. It's been warm there today. Sun's always shining in Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
There we go. And Ray's in.
Bootle by the sea.
Ray was our guest of the week last week, wasn't he?
He was.
And Ray's in again.
Yeah.
I'm still awake after an afternoon session in the back garden.
Yeah. Seeing the pictures on Facebook.
Mark's furthest, Blackpool.
Blackpool. Yeah.
I like
Blackpool,
that.
smashing
I like that. Very good. Oh, careful what you're saying. Mum's watching.
Oh,
Mummy No, your mum.
Oh, my mum. I can't see that.
Put your glasses on.
I have to put my glasses on.
Mummy Finnegan is watching.
I got myself some new glasses this week.
Where'd you get those from, mate?
Yeah. I bought these from Home Bargains.
Home Bargains. If you're not aware of what Home Bargains is, I think it's only a northern shop. So I'm a southerner. We might have a couple of southerners in. So I hadn't heard of it until I moved to Liverpool.
Okay.
But when you say cheap, it is cheap. Like how much were your glasses?
My glasses. 99 pence.
99p. And also that's quite pricey for Home Bargains. I say you've been ripped off there. But Home Bargains is so cheap. When Emma wanted to make some money, she bought stuff from Home Bargains and sold it online to Southerners.
Yeah. That's what we do up north.
I don't know if that's legal.
It's like the Hunger Games, isn't it? Using like the capital down south.
Yeah.
And we just provide you with stuff where you
All right, let's move on. Hey, let's have a look who else is in.
Yeah.
Andy's in. I love it when Andy joins because it's supposed to be his date night. So when he comes and joins us for his date night, I just think, what, Danielle, you lucky lady. Come for a pint at Finnegan's on your date night, eh?
Well done, Danielle.
And parents being in. Look, Dad's in.
Your dad?
Dad's in.
Well, better be
yeah, Dad, you're right. Dad would have some good things to say, actually, because we're talking about disappointment tonight. So he might have a few things to say from a parenting perspective. So we'll see. Anyway.
Do you like my glasses anyway? You never said.
No.
I mean, someone said.
You look like
yeah, I know what you're going to say because someone said it. Someone said you look like the owl fella off Up.
Yeah, Carl Fredrickson.
That's it.
Fredrickson. That's some impressive knowledge.
Wow.
Carl Fredrickson.
What do you think?
Yeah, you do. You do look like him. You just need a few more grey hairs, and you'll be the whole
probably,
way.
Yeah, I won't be wearing them all night, but when I take them off, I can't see it.
I know when Alan wants to see something, you'll know
the glasses will go down.
Will come back
see
on.
your comments.
Let's have a look. Sorry, we'll just have a look at a few more. Laura's in. Laura is Mikey's wife. White wine here. Lovely to be back in Liverpool after a few days in Devon. Excited to be at Finnegan's for the first time. Yes.
Oh, good to have you, Laura.
Very good. You're very welcome.
Yeah. We haven't introduced ourselves anyway.
1 second, mate. All right.
He's a bit touchy today.
Anne's in. Anne's is a Scotch. Anne's always she's on the Scotch, isn't she?
Is she? I don't know. I can't read that now. Tell my glasses on.
It's lovely to have you in.
There we go, yeah.
It's lovely to have you in. Yeah. Very good. Okay, well, sorry. What were you saying?
We haven't introduced ourselves.
Well,
some people might not know us.
This is the patron. Is that the right thing? Not the patron. This is the Finnegan's, the man who owns Finnegan's.
The licensee. The
licensee of Finnegan's built it with his own bare hands. We did a video earlier today where we gave you the tour of Finnegan's.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I think we're going to do one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
And we might even let some of you come and join us.
Yeah.
And be in for the night. And we'll do a podcast. We'll play some pool.
Yeah.
Where Alan will be behind the bar pulling the pints. So keep watching.
Keep watching. You never know. You might get on the VIP list.
Get on the VIP list.
Yeah,
Talking of which,
we
did have Mark, who's got his own bar, and I feel like Mark's watching. He's getting some ideas for how to, raise. I mean, his bar is impressive.
Yeah.
He's showing me Mark, send me the video. We'll stick it up one week. But he was asking about the list behind us.
Oh yeah, the list
of names. And so, Alan, why don't you tell us a little bit about the list on the back there?
Well, the list, as you can see, we have a bit of a celebrity hangout here.
Jurgen's in again.
Jurgen's always in. Yeah. He never leaves, to be honest. Can't get him out.
Can't get rid of him.
But, we don't mind Jurgen. He likes it. He's quite safe.
And he's actually, Jurgen is actually on the committee.
Yeah, he's on the committee.
Got a 3-person committee.
Who decides who become... See, the names.
Yeah.
Who was it? Mark,
my mate Mark.
The names, Mark. They're people who are members, VIP members.
So you see, top of the list here, Tom. There he is.
Yeah. And these are people who are actually members. And as you can see, there's not a lot, to be fair, because we're quite selective.
Is that my Emma?
It is your Emma.
I thought we weren't letting her in.
No, that's not your Emma.
Okay.
She's not in. She's not in.
Right, well, we'll see if... And there's no, favours doing to get on the list. You can't, just because you're married to one of us doesn't mean... Is Joyce wasn't on the list for a while, was she? Have you let her in now?
She's in now, yeah. She's there.
There we go. She's in.
She's there.
So, but we're saying that...
It's Joe, me mate, Joe Ward.
Yeah. So what are we saying? That people can...
They can have their name on the wall.
Have their name on the wall.
Be a VIP member of Finnegan's, because as we said, with Klopp, he's a member. Yeah. And he gets to help us, doesn't he?
He does. And Klopp, Jurgen, I just thought I'd ask you, mate, what do you think? Obviously you're on the organising committee. What do you think of Finnegan's? We've looked around, the place, I think it's done pretty nicely. Just tell people what you think.
Well, my wife was responsible for the furniture, how it looks.
Yeah.
For me, it's the best pub in Liverpool.
That's high praise. It's the best. We can put that. Can we put that up? That it's the best.
We can have a quote off Jurgen.
We can. Yeah.
Finnegan's best pub in Liverpool.
Can we put it up, Jurgen?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man. And actually, for Jurgen, especially with the week he's had, this pub is kind of a special place for you, isn't it, mate? It's very special, isn't it?
It's our safe place.
It is. It's a safe place.
Yeah, he can come. He wears the hat, so he's a little bit incognito.
Yeah.
So people don't recognise him as much. But he's getting it in the spirit of things as well.
But so there is going to be the opportunity for people to come and be part of Finnegan's, to be on the VIP list, to come and join us.
Yeah.
But we have to chat as a group about to decide. That's how it works, isn't it, Jurgen?
You have to make always the final decision. That's fine.
Well, no,
it's a bit of a committee.
It together.
Yeah,
it's a committee. It's not a dictatorship.
Not the boss here, mate. So
very good. Very good. So Emma's saying that is her, actually.
Oh, is it?
It is her on the list.
Oh, we'll let her in then.
All right, she's allowed in.
All right, you're in.
Snuck in. I thought that looked like her handwriting.
Does it?
Yeah.
Sure, she didn't sneak in when we weren't here and put it on.
It's possible. It's
possible. What she's like.
Yeah. So it's going. We thank you for coming back, and we're hoping to get some regulars, aren't we? We've already seen some people who are regulars. They're coming. They've come both times. Some people come at Christmas. Some people have come last week, and we're hoping to have our regulars in each week.
Yeah.
You're Alan.
I am Alan.
Have we done that bit?
I don't know.
He's Alan.
No, you just said I was the one who was the patron of the bar or the licensee or something. We never have got landlord.
Sorry,
landlord.
Dad's corrected me
he's
there.
Good, Dad,
landlord.
He's good.
So Alan's.
I'm the landlord.
This is Alan Finnegan of Finnegan's.
Yes.
My name's Tom. We're Baptist ministers at a local church here in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And
still.
Yeah. We thought last week we'd have done it, but not
still
yet.
Still here.
Although,
yeah. You never know.
They all keep saying they're running out of money. That's the worrying thing for me.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's like they're laying the ground.
No money. Yeah. We might have to let you go.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how long we can keep it going for. Anyway, but we let people know, and I'm going to say this each week because the dream of this podcast is we end up.
Yes.
There's a Finnegan's
Minnesota.
This is the Finnegan sign from Minnesota.
These are glasses from Finnegan's bar in Minnesota.
And so the dream is one day we will do a podcast at Finnegan's in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Do you know what?
That's it. That's my bucket list.
That's the big one. That's the big one. And amazingly, Tao, and I noticed, I don't think she's watching this week,
Well, she might be fundraising.
That's it. Tao has promised to do a half marathon or maybe a marathon for us to raise funds to get us to Minnesota.
Finnegan's bar.
If there's anyone else in tonight, who runs?
So if you want to sponsor Tal,
oh, hang on a second. This is why I shouldn't have let Emma write a name on the wall, because she says she's coming to Minnesota.
No, that's not the game. That's
not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Emma, you have to do the marathon if you want to.
Yeah.
If you
become a fundraiser, Emma, we'll let you. We might. Well, we'll.
Oh, hang on a second. Mikey is grassing his missus right up. Laura once did a half marathon.
Oh wow.
Wow, Laura,
you could train Tal, because Tal has never run for a bus. Yeah. So she's going to need a bit of a hand.
Need some help, Laura. Yeah. But Laura, if you want to fundraise, Laura, I mean, it's a worthy cause. I think it's very sellable. Hang on a second.
What?
Anne swims. Anne Higgins swims.
It could be a triathlon.
She's either saying she's going to fundraise for us, or she's offering to give us a piggyback, and she swims the Atlantic.
What a woman.
Wow.
What a woman.
Me and Alan, or just one of us? Do we need someone else?
We need someone else who swims.
Yeah.
We'll have to get covered in goose fat and all that, won't we? Hey.
Wow.
I think I've already started, to be honest.
Very good, very good. So, what have you been up to this week, Alan? What have you been up to, mate?
We kind of had... we talked about that football match last week, didn't we? You know, where I was looking forward to it. That small
Can
game.
we talk about that a little bit? I don't want to talk loads about football on the podcast,
we don't.
But I feel like we can't.
But it's like...
miss it.
It was, you know, Liverpool Champions League final. We got beat 1-0. It was quite disappointing.
It was.
Really. There was lots of stuff went on over there as well. People didn't get in to see the match. You know,
you'd be fuming, wouldn't you, if you'd spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a ticket to go to a match.
There was a gang of lads who tried to get a flight and couldn't get one.
And I've got this. I think I know what you're talking about. Have a look at this.
They got a plane to Gibraltar.
Oh, wow. No, this is a different group. Go on.
It's not. It's the same group.
Oh, is it?
They got a plane to Gibraltar, and then they hired a speedboat to go to France from Gibraltar.
Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Here you go. These are the Liverpool fans. Here they go. I thought this was across the channel. I thought this was France, but if this is Gibraltar...
No, they're going from there to France.
Oh, bit of blue. There we go. Look at that.
Blue from the Reds.
Love it.
I think that's ingenious. That
is
because they couldn't get a flight cheap enough, so they flew somewhere else and got the boat.
Yeah.
Across.
Genius.
Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, hang on.
Well done, lads. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah. Look, hang on. We've got stuff going on here.
What's happening? Is it kicked off?
Joyce says she's coming too now.
Oh, hey. This is not a fun trip anymore.
Why did we mention to watch the podcast?
Joyce, you shouldn't even be watching, Joyce.
I thought Joyce wasn't going to watch. She said she thought it was terrible.
She did.
What else have we got here?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Here we go. Look, here's my mate Tim from down south. You won't know the wonders of
home bargains.
But Tim, Tim says, "Hey guys, love it. Are you doing specific topics on the podcast?" And we are today. We're looking at disappointment
because of the Champions League.
Because of the Champions League, it's made us think a little bit of disappointment.
The disappointments in our lives.
We let people do. Sometimes we're not calling this a comedy podcast because that feels like a pressure to be funny.
To make people laugh.
But if you want to bring the funny, like my mate Kev last week was pun after pun. Smashing it. So if you want to, then that's absolutely fine. And I just noticed Andy did. Here we go, Andy. What did he say?
What's he
He said, I had the runs the other week. That's the only running I do.
Oh.
Nice. It's a good visual image, that, as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we... here we go. Laura's offering to do a sponsored eating competition. Yes, Laura. I mean, we'd possibly join for that.
Could help.
That's one that everyone could do.
Yeah. We went the other Champions League final, didn't we?
What was that, 2020?
2020? Must have been 2 years ago.
That was pandemic, wasn't it?
2 years ago.
Was it? When it was in Madrid, anyway.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
So we went And
it was 2020.
Why did we because suddenly it happened, didn't it? We weren't planning to go. It was not a big organised thing.
No.
We didn't have tickets.
No.
It just came out.
We went
of the blue,
because I had like a health scare, didn't I?
He did,
and like we thought, stick it.
Yeah.
And I just went, I want to go to Madrid. I should go to the Champions League final. And you said, let's go. And I said, how are we going to get there? And you went, just get in your car and go.
I never plan things. I don't think things through. I mean, if I'm honest, I'd struggle. I'm in Spain. I'd struggle to point that out on a map, which is embarrassing. But I didn't think it through. And I think because you'd had the health scare, I thought, step up as a mate.
Right.
Well, and let's go. And then I said yes. Then we started to investigate it.
Yeah, and then we ended up with 5 of us going. Yeah. So we wouldn't all fit in the Skoda. You know, the Skoda Fabia. We wouldn't fit in.
I thought you were talking about my Skoda.
No, not your. I remember your Skoda.
I had a Skoda, and
once I went in it. Once I went in it.
Skodas have a bad reputation, don't they? But this one really earned that reputation.
No, I went in it once. Every 20 seconds, an alarm was going off.
Just beat.
Like every 20 seconds.
We went. He got in the car once. He said,
just
went, "What was that noise?" And I was like,
"What noise?"
I phased it out in my head.
Yeah.
But then he literally said, "You're going to kill your family in this car," and we drove to buy a new car, which I had to pay for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I didn't pay for it. But your kids are still alive.
They are. Well,
in fairness, that's on your
every
good
cloud
there,
has a silver lining. Okay.
So we ended up
in Madrid.
We booked a camper van, motorhome,
big old motorhome.
Massive thing, 6-berth one.
Yeah.
And we had a ball. We drove to Madrid. We nearly didn't get to Madrid. No, because I had to put £1,000 down as a deposit.
It's one of those cringe moments where
nobody's got any money.
Taking the motorhome, and they're like, "Well, we do need someone's card for £1,000 deposit," and everyone just like looks down and just
it was me,
and it was Alan.
So I give me cards in for this £1,000 deposit. We got to the M53. We were on the Wirral. We picked it up on the Wirral. Yeah. We got to the M53, which is like 10 minutes away from where we picked it up.
It's not far.
And we nearly rear-ended someone, didn't we? Hey, like literally, we screeched to a halt. Everything fell off. We just missed it. And it was just like,
Steve, wasn't it? Steve was driving, and he was like, I'll drive first, lads, and doing us a real favour. Nearly killed us.
Never drove again.
And never drove again. I think he terrified himself.
I think he terrified us into not letting him drive.
Terrified us. That's for sure. So we ended up in Madrid.
We got a ferry over.
It was. Me? Yeah, we must have
got a ferry
on an island.
We got on a ferry over. We got on a ferry over to France,
to Spain, innit?
all the way down to France to a little one of them Euro camp things, so we could have a proper shower.
Just on the border,
a little bit of a chalet. It was amazing.
We did it in style, didn't we?
You and the 2 younger lads, because there was 5 of us. Steve and his 2 sons, who were about Tom's age, and me and Steve, who were the older fellas. Me and Steve stayed back. Tom and
I said, let's go down to the beach. I was thinking, we've driven all this way. Mm-hmm. It'd be scandalous if we didn't see the beach. So I walked with these lads down to the beach, got to the beach. It was lovely, really nice.
Seen a picture today on Facebook. You sent me a picture.
I did, didn't I? Memories.
Yeah, memories.
So I said, let's wander back now. But what I didn't factor was, like, on the way back from the beach was just like pub. And so Paul goes, let's stop for a quick drink. I thought, great. Okay, stop. So we stopped at the first pub.
Me and Steve are having tapas at this point.
You're chilling out at the campsite.
Yeah.
Stopped at the first pub. Come out after 1. I thought, right, get back to Alan now. Bit of tapas, early night. We walk to the next door pub, and they say, let's have a quick one in here. I ended up texting Alan. Do you remember that text?
Help!
I was just like, save me.
I think we're going to stop at every pub, mate.
Anyway, that was a good time, wasn't it?
Well, we got to Madrid. We couldn't get in a car park. Remember, we had to stand on the bollards. The plastic bollards to drive over them.
That was when I thought you weren't getting your deposit back.
That was when I thought I wasn't as well. Yeah. We had to stand on the bollard. They had bollards outside to stop big things getting in, and we had to bend them over and drive over them to get in the car park. Oh, but
that was crazy. That was crazy, wasn't it?
And then we lost Steve in the night.
We lost Steve, our mate Steve, and we literally after the final, and Tottenham had lost, which was I could get on board with that. Everyone was happy, and we were enjoying it. And we went to get some food, and so we're in the middle of Madrid. I'm the only one who
Kebab.
knows where the
We're going
van
for-
is parked. I've put it on my phone.
Oh, well done. No one else bothered. No one-
Dropped a pin, so I knew where it was. I'm the only one who has that information. And so we stopped for a kebab. I went in for a kebab.
We said to Steve, sit there,
mate.
don't move.
We'll bring you food.
Yeah.
And out we came, and he'd gone. And so me and Alan went back to the van and got like what was a late night for me, but probably a relatively early night for the lads.
Yeah.
And just thought we'd never see him again. We thought that was it. And they did find their way back, didn't they? Somehow,
they did.
like their phone ran out of battery. We had Steve's wife calling us, panicking where he was. We were panicking where he was.
Yeah.
And then somehow all three of them had totally had
Like
separate.
home and pigeons, Tom.
They'd had separate nights out. They hadn't even been together. They just found random scouts.
Randomly found each other.
And then they got back. And I remember me and Alan just woke up. And we woke up
Paul
was
just emptying stuff.
Just trashing the van.
Throwing it everywhere. It was like he was just getting all our clothes and emptying them out of cases and throwing them up in the air, and then he just lay on the couch and fell asleep, didn't he?
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. Well, so
but
go on.
Trying to drive out to Madrid the next day. Wow, you got us through a gap. That's when I thought I was going to lose me £1,000.
Yeah. It was like I went down a road where you knew you
just
couldn't
got
come back
narrower.
again.
Narrower.
And we somehow squeezed through, didn't we? And then we had a round of applause from the people who are watching. Like people gathered to watch me try and get through this gap. Like
they literally rounds of applause. Yeah.
And they clapped me as we went past.
Yeah, they did.
Best moment of my life. That.
Yeah, well done.
Well, obviously, married and kids was good as well.
Yeah.
So we've got a guest of the week. We're going to have a guest of the week each week. You could be our guest of the week, and
just comment if you want to be.
If you want
to
be our guest of the week for a different week, let us know, and we'll get you in. We'll get you down to Finnegan's.
Yeah.
But tonight we've got the fantastic Mikey Ferguson.
Mikey Ferguson.
Let's bring him
What
in.
a
I
guy.
think he's already got his drink.
He has.
How are you doing, Mikey? Are you all right?
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, Mikey, lad.
Nice to see you, Mikey.
Great to see you. Really good. Thanks for having me on.
What's that behind
It's a pleasure,
you, Mikey?
but
What's that behind me?
background?
It's the only thing as an Everton fan that I get to gloat about this season.
Yes.
That is that.
Yeah,
that
go on,
is
Mike,
our
explain
fantasy
it.
football mini league. So as you can see, you've got me there, my team, Rafa beneath us.
Yeah.
Nice.
There with a good 300-point lead almost to the next best manager, which is Tom. And then in third place there, respectable bronze medal finish there from Finnegan.
In fairness, top four's like a cup, so Tom says all the time.
That's it. Top 5 now.
That's heavy. That.
You absolutely smashed the league, Mikey.
We've got a trophy.
We've got the trophy for you, Mikey.
Oh, cheers.
We'll virtually pass it over to you.
Yeah, well done.
So there you go, Mikey.
You took this whole fantasy football thing to another level, Mikey. I think you were like like how did you do it? You had stats and scouts out there doing your research for you?
Yeah,
it's like Bielsa, wasn't he?
Yeah, over the fence. Yeah, whatever you do, don't ask me wife Laura because she hasn't heard the end of fantasy football. She doesn't care, but I still keep talking to her.
I know. I know. Joyce is the same. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I get a bit of enjoyment out of football. But fantasy football is much better than the real thing.
Yeah,
it's just great.
Totally
you find yourself cheering when Richarlison scores.
That is the good.
Do you get what I mean?
It gives you something to like cheer.
Ronaldo scores, and I'm going, get in, captain.
That just feels wrong.
It is wrong on every level, but
it is wrong. Like the only joy out of football that I've got this season is from owning Liverpool players in fantasy football. It just feels dirty. You feel like you need to get in the shower after.
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah, I do understand that. So tell us a bit about yourself, Mikey.
Yeah, so my name's Mikey Ferguson. I grew up in Liverpool and went to Emmanuel Baptist Church for years and years and years. Shout out to Emmanuel, massive. And some Emmanuel legends in the chat as well. Shout out Andy, shout out Ray. Much love to those guys. And
very good.
So and then I got a job at for a children's charity in Bootle called Y Kids.
Nice.
And I ended up at a church in
Claire
Kensington.
Morgan's, yeah.
Claire Morgan's again, legend. And ended up at a church in Kenny, just off Shield Road. It was an Anglican church, and that's where they turned me to the dark side, really.
Wow.
And soon after
So
that,
you need to explain what you are now.
Yeah, tell us.
First.
So I became an Anglican minister, which is basically like a Sith Lord joining a Jedi's podcast.
I mean, we were wondering how you went from being a Baptist to being an Anglican. Was it just because it was more money?
They definitely
Pay more, don't they?
Well, to be honest, at the church I was working at, there was this curate, and she was dead fit.
She was fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said you married her, because that could have got quite awkward there, because Laura's watching.
Yeah,
I knew that bit.
Alan came and spoke at our wedding as well, which was
lovely.
He talked about having a knife or something like that.
Wow. Very good.
I can't remember what I said.
What sort of analogy were you going for there?
I don't know what I was
just
going
a
for.
Threat? I've got a knife. Get back.
In fairness, Laura's dad had a gun. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, don't I just know it?
Very good.
Fabulous.
Very good. And so you're not wearing the dog. You don't wear the dog collar all the time, obviously.
No, not
like Alan here.
No.
How are you finding it, mate? What's it like? Obviously it's a strange gig, innit? I'm glad you took that down, mate, because I was fuming. internally.
Yeah, it's great. I'm a curate at a church in Egberth. I'm in my final year of curacy, ready to be a fully fledged minister next year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
Did the whole sermon process, then did a theology degree, which Alan barely knows anything about, really. Let's be honest.
In case you don't know, Alan took a 3-year degree and smashed it in 9 years. In case you.
Yeah. I was the longest
serving. That one in there, haven't I?
Yeah.
I was the longest serving person in college. I did 11 years.
People thought you were a teacher. You've been there so long.
I was the caretaker.
My man's the caretaker, though.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. And then
he got a first, though. We'll all say that. Alan smashed it.
Well
done. Well done. You beat me, mate. I only managed to 2-1.
There we go. It's not a competition.
No, Tom got a first as well, so, Anglicans.
Yeah. All right, I'll just stick to winning fantasy footy instead.
You know where to hate a man, don't you? Hey, you know how to hate a man.
Like between 3 ministers, what matters the most is the fantasy footy.
Definitely the fantasy footy, yeah. Defo, yeah.
Very good.
So, as an Everton fan, our theme this week, as we've said, is disappointment. So, you must have faced a fair bit of disappointment in your life.
I know all about it, boys. I know all about it. I think there was times this season where I was genuinely in despair, full on. Like, I thought we were going down, I think. And then we got some miracle wins out of nowhere, like against Man U and then against Chelsea, after the lads set off the fireworks outside the Chelsea hotel.
Yeah, it got crazy, didn't it? That it did get crazy.
It was ballistic.
Yeah. It was when you were 2-0 down.
Against what game was that?
2-0
down at half time, and you come back to win 3-2.
That was the first time I thought it was serious for you.
Yeah. We're calling it Christanbul.
Yeah, I thought that was Danny Rachel's husband is an Everton fan, and I always say, "What's your favourite Everton game?" And he goes, "Crystal Palace versus Liverpool."
Yeah. I think Laura, who's in the chat today, was with me when I was watching that Crystal Palace match. And when that third goal went in, like I was dead silent. And then when the final whistle went, tears, like a baby.
I think there was a few,
like a baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good.
We've got 3 kids of our own, and there hasn't been weeping like that in our house.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else to us about disappointment, Mikey? Or
how'd you deal with it?
How'd you deal with it? Yeah.
How do you deal with it?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about it tonight, and just if you got any advice.
Yeah, I think last week Alan kind of said, with disappointment, just lower your expectations.
He did,
which I thought was hilarious. But then, for just to talk slightly seriously for a second, I think, for me as a Christian minister, it kind of depends on whose expectations I have. That allows me to get disappointed, and I always find that if I have my own expectations, I'm always going to end up getting disappointed. But for me, if I kind of focus on the agenda of God and what God's trying to do, we see the Bible's full of stories about people who are absolutely at rock bottom.
You can tell why he's an Anglican guy.
They put God first. And put on silly robes every week. But they just put God first instead of their own agenda, their own expectations, and they end up doing so much better than we could ever imagine or think. And I just think that's really special. That's something amazing to carry.
Yeah, we were talking about that even this week, because we it's weird, obviously me and Alan both believe in God, so we sometimes those coincidences that happen, and we Alan said after the Liverpool game, let's talk about disappointment, and then both of us independently have had some really disappointing sets of circumstances which I can't even talk about because I'm still fuming.
And it's not to do with fancy footy either.
It's not as serious as that, Mikey. It's not as serious as that.
I found out it's some information, stuff on my day off, which again is it's not work related. It's
you don't want it on your day off, do you?
But I was like. And I'll tell you what, my kids, you could tell they got the vibe, just stay away from Dad. Emma's where she's like, just come to the garden, children, just give him some space. I find I always, when I don't have a good perspective on something, I'm almost all wrapped up in myself. It just, and there's stuff, we're going to talk about in a minute about other, big stuff which maybe is, worthy of getting disappointment about, but so much in our life it's that perspective thing.
Well, it's like if you do the lottery online and you get that email the next morning, good news about your ticket, and for a minute or so you're dreaming, aren't you? You're like, I could have won. I could have won something big, and then it's a lucky dip, or £3.60, and you're just fuming, gotta go to work again. I remember in lockdown. Remember lockdown when Mackey's shut, and I don't normally eat Mackey's much, right? Or I didn't, right? Until I couldn't, and then all I wanted was a Mackey's, right? Do you get what I mean? It's like that. You can't have it. I'm going to have it, right? Type thing. And then they opened, didn't they? They opened partway through lockdown, but only drive through. Yeah. And I went and I drove. I said, I'll take one for the team. I'll drive. I'll go and get us provisions, right? And I went and I got in the queue outside Mackey's, which was about an hour long. It went up towards the Odeon,
hunter-gatherer,
a proper hunter-gatherer, right? And I was getting Mackey's breakfasts, right? Double sausage and egg muffins all round. Yes, there was people here relying on me, and I got to the front of the queue, got them, made up with myself, got home, opened it, and it was a bacon and egg muffin. Oh man, that was harsh.
Or just yours?
Everyone's. Oh, it was harsh.
The Anglican in me is totally crossing himself.
Oh, it was totally. I was devastated. I was devastated. I nearly just went back, but it was too late. Breakfast had finished. So.
Fuming.
Yeah.
Look, Mikey, mate, I'm so pleased you're guest of the week. We're gonna have you back in a second. We're gonna have a little chat. We'll bring you back. Yes. We're gonna play your cards right. Yeah. And you're gonna get a chance to win some.
That'll be church merch, mate. Church merch.
I love that graphic so much. It's so good, boys. I'm just gonna say, Tom, you and Alan. Well, Tom, because it's obviously not Alan, is it? Tom. This looks so slick. I'm super impressed.
You got no idea what we're doing here.
You'd have no idea how long this takes us. Like, this is all we do now.
I'll be it always.
Don't tell anyone.
Process.
About 20 minutes before we started off, we were all yellow.
I don't know. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So we'll have you back to play your cards right. See if you can win some church merch, but also we're going to have you back and see if you're going to be on the VIP board. And Mikey, I'm rooting for you. I would like you to be up here, but we're going to let people at home decide, okay?
Yeah.
So people at home are going to say, vote for you and say yay or nay. And say,
well, we do have a cast and vote.
Yeah, we've got a vote. Jurgen's got a vote, as he's made clear already. Yeah. But we will, so we'll have you back in a little bit, mate. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to tell a story about yourself that makes you worthy to be on the wall. Okay,
great.
So have a little think.
Have a think, and
we'll come back to you soon.
Great, looking forward to it.
See you in a minute, matey.
Nice
Mikey, everyone, we'll speak to him again in a minute.
Cheers, everyone.
Bless you, mate.
Oh.
He's good. He's a good lad, isn't he, Mikey?
He is.
And he's going to be back later to find out if he can make the
big
ball.
loss to the Baptists. I've got to be honest.
What are the Baptists thinking there?
I don't know what they were
Up your salary, Baptists.
Yeah.
So disappointment. Let's think a little. I wanted to think a little bit more about this, and we talked about like when Alan was saying his McDonald's disappointment. Like, just let us know if you've got any kind of your everyday.
Yeah, your everyday ones. Nothing too serious.
Do your head in, and just stick it in the comments for us, and we'll throw it up. But I was thinking about disappointment, and I think I've got the most disappointing everyday disappointment. Obviously,
Yeah.
So I say this, and I think people straight away will resonate with this. If you buy a donut, a jam donut, so none of this nonsense with the hole in the middle, jam donut, you're expecting some lovely jam. You bite in first bite.
Like jam.
No. All right. Silence.
So that'll be all right.
Bite in first bite. No jam. You're thinking, all right, I'm working my way to the middle. Next bite would definitely be jam. No jam.
No jam.
And I think that is the like. If you eat a jam donut with no jam.
Yeah. I don't like jam, but I can understand.
Well, I don't like the egg McMuffin thing, so that was I'm not a fan of McDonald's breakfast.
Oh, there's something wrong with you. Seriously, something wrong. You're Southern, aren't you? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Not used to northern food.
Yeah.
Food to keep you warm and stupid.
Here we go. This is Elijah, even though it says Tom Grant. This is my son Elijah. When Arsenal beat the big teams, but then they lose to Southampton. Oh, that's my head in.
And finish fifth.
Okay, here we go.
That's a disappointment.
That is a disappointment. My mate Kev, so good to have you back involved. Kev's disappointment in life, Nando's. I don't get it. It's so dry and rubbish. Well, expensive. More like Nanos.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Pull up a chair, Kev. He's back.
Yeah, well done, Kev.
Kev, I think you're going to be guest of the week, and I've got a good feeling about the wall for Kev. Although, it's not just us who gets to decide. Here we go. M-Ski's in. We've already established that. When you see clothes that you like, but they don't fit. Oh, that's from Hope. So when you see clothes that you like, but they don't, that is infuriating.
You need to be my size, Hope.
Well, that's it. When you get to...
I went to River Island once. Literally went to River Island once. And I thought, oh, that shirt's nice.
Yeah.
Nothing in the shop fitted me.
Oh.
You know how bad that makes you feel when you've got to go to, what's it called? Yakamana, what was it called?
The big boys
the fat man shop, I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah.
Where is the nearest one of those? I'm going to
over the road from River Island. They must know.
Yeah.
It's literally over the side from River Island.
Who else have we got in here? Oh, here you go.
Who's this?
From Mikey. When you expect Luis Diaz, but you get Theo Walcott. Arsenal have done all right sending you our rejects.
Yeah, but they were buying Luis Diaz, weren't they, the year before?
They
were
late
for them,
weren't they?
Yeah,
I've got to throw my Edens up as well. He said, when you get a toy, but it breaks, that happens. We buy our toys from the pound shop in the square. It's like that's one level down from home bargains. And that is why that happens. All right, I thought I saw one more here. Here we go.
I can't
Debbie.
See.
I know you can't see. Put your glasses on.
Put my glasses back on.
Well, the other day I was in Asda thinking I bought sausage rolls, but it was Cornish pasties in the shape of a sausage roll. That is mental. What are they thinking?
I do like a Cornish pasty.
Yeah, I love a Cornish pasty.
But if I'm expecting a sausage roll, yeah,
that's the other one. It's like
my mum used to do that with parsnips. She'd shape them like roast potatoes.
That takes some effort.
Yeah, so that I'd eat them
Peeling
But
them.
obviously, as soon as I bit into it, I knew it wasn't a spud.
Wow.
Yeah, me mother.
And I
yeah.
think that because that for me, I've been at a buffet or whatever down south.
A buffet.
The buffets, as we say, and I've gone for a sausage roll shaped like a sausage roll, cheese and onion thing. Oh, that is distressing.
Yeah,
I thought
absolutely.
Did I see one? Oh, here we go. Disappointment. And Mark, he said it. Mark said his bonus, and I was chatting to him about this one, and he always gets a bonus. Always gets a bonus because he's very good at his job. And then he'd spent the bonus, I believe, on making his garden bar, and then he didn't get the bonus.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's harsh.
That is minging.
Whoa.
That is
I
horrible.
hope your boss is watching, Mark.
Yeah.
Maybe you should tag him in.
Yeah. Very good. Oh, hang on. Tal's in now.
Oh, Tal. Because she's just got back from a practice run.
Yeah. No.
No, the trial's finished.
Johnny Depp's won, so she's back. That's what she's been watching.
She's been watching Johnny Depp and Amber Heard or whatever they call her.
Yeah, Tal's in, and she's definitely. We've said you're doing the marathon, Tal, so you have to sort yourself out.
Someone's going to help you train.
Yeah.
Laura, apparently.
She's
back on the chat.
Very good. So let's talk just a little bit about disappointment then, mate. And so,
well, one of the things was we started this podcasty sort of thing as a bit of a laugh for us, didn't we? Yeah, and we started it with a Christmas special.
Oh, it's good fun, that.
And I remember we had plans to do a New Year's Eve special as well.
That was commitment, wasn't it? I don't
Christmas one,
yeah,
New Year's one.
Eve, yeah.
Not New Year's Eve. It's just been a New Year one.
Okay.
And then we were going to kick it off with a few and just enjoy ourselves, have a bit of a laugh on a Wednesday night as we are now. But it never happened, did it?
It didn't happen,
and it was quite disappointing.
Yeah. And we kind of even said, didn't we? I said on the podcast, we can't do this.
No, you said, why can't we do it next week? And I went,
yeah, that's it.
And no one kind of knew what we were on about. No one twigged.
What were we on about?
Well, I had some disappointing news.
You did.
I could say disappointing. It could be worse than that, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not making jokes about serious things. It's the way I deal with things. I'm talking about myself, because I got diagnosed with eye cancer. I know, I didn't even know it was a thing as well. Who knew?
I think that's got to be the worst one. When you said that, I was the same. I was like, I don't even know that's a thing.
How's that a thing? Yeah.
And,
So I got diagnosed just before Christmas. So just before that podcast that we did at Christmas, I got told that I had eye cancer, and I had to go in for an operation on my eyes where they put a radioactive disc. They pop your eye out, put a radioactive disc. Yeah, gruesome.
I remember you telling me about that, and I think they do pop it out with a spoon. It's like you'd think it was some.
Well, when they were taking the disc out, they
Mm.
kept me awake because I got COVID while I was in hospital. Just to make things better. You're in hospital and you get COVID. You've had tests before you go in, so you haven't got it before you went in, and you go in and get it anyway. So I had to be awake for the second operation, and you can hear them popping your eye out. It's a bit weird because I was wondering why my eye didn't move.
It's a bit weird. That's the understatement.
It was a bit weird. It was a bit weird.
Just a bit weird.
It was a bit weird. Yeah, but so I had to go in, but it was our Rachel's wedding as well on Boxing Day. So it was the hits just keep on coming. And I had to delay the operation basically for a bit, which meant I was in hospital for New Year's Eve again. Happy New Year.
Oh, mate.
But I remember, and as I say, I'm not making fun of cancer. I'm talking about my journey here, you know what I'm saying? That my dad died of cancer, and I know how bad it is, I know how terrible it is. It is. It's just terrible.
It's evil, isn't it? It's evil.
It's absolutely evil.
Disease that people have to put up with.
This is how I kind of deal with it in some ways.
Yeah.
I like.
It's the humour in it for you. So when we joke, me and Alan are joking now, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's absolutely fine with me.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed before Christmas, and literally, that was just something else. I went in, and the fellow was a German professor, very, very good at his job, but a terrible bedside manner. He just says it. Yes, you have cancer. We will have to take your eye. I might be able to save your eye. And he was just to the. And I had to go on my own.
Accent needs a bit of work.
Well, that was just one fella.
Okay, sorry.
That's how he spoke.
Okay,
yeah.
Go on.
Anyway, and so And I had to go on my own. You couldn't go with anyone because of COVID. You couldn't take anyone. So you're on your own. And you know it's bad when they say to you, have you got someone with you? And you're thinking, I couldn't bring anyone.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be bad news then anyway.
Yeah.
So I had to go in for this operation. And, you know, Danny, our Rachel's then fiance, husband, he picks me up after, you know, he went the wrong hospital. Yeah, he goes to Aintree and I'm in the Royal and he's waiting outside Aintree and I'm saying, where are you?
You're stood there in your gown with the back open. Your bum on show.
This is before the op.
Sorry.
This is after the diagnosis, like, and he's literally like, so he shoots back up to get me. He picks me up. And of course, it's nearly Christmas. So what have you got on the radio? Merry Christmas, everyone. You know, it's all that. Honestly, you can't make this up, Tom. Yeah. Like literally. And he's like asking me, "Are you okay?" or not? And I'm like, "You could turn the radio over, like, you know what I mean?" So he did. I swear. Yeah. It was, "Don't say a prayer for me now."
He wouldn't. Daddy wouldn't.
He literally wouldn't. Don't say a prayer for me now. But I guess the toughest part of it all was having to tell the kids and me mum.
Yeah.
You know, that was hard. But once we did that together, and then we had a bit of a laugh about it, which might sound weird to people, but honestly, it was all right. It was all right to have a bit of a laugh about it because we've started doing the Secret Santa thing.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the kids said, I hope I get you in Secret Santa, Dad. I'll get you sunglasses.
Sunglasses?
Well, because of your eyes, you know, your operation on the eyes. Like, and our dog died in lockdown, Ella, our Labrador. And Joyce said, I've been thinking, we might get another Labrador now after all, mightn't we, if you go blind. Which might sound really harsh, but actually it's dead funny, and it was the way we dealt with it. We dealt with it that way. But it was I guess one of the funniest things was when the consultant rang me up, because not the consultant who told me, the consultant who first missed it. Yeah, he rang me up, the main fella. Yeah, and I'm thinking, what's he ringing me for? Yeah. And anyway, he rings me up and he goes, sorry about that. It was hiding in your eye. And I went,
it's not massive.
It's not that big, like, your eye's not massive, is it? Hiding in my eye, right? and it's apparently it's really rare anyway. But then he said to me, well, fingers crossed. Good luck. Good luck. I said, I'm not buying a lottery ticket, mate. Good luck.
That's not what you want to hear from your doctor.
Not from your consultant. You don't want to hear good luck, do you?
But, like, I guess for me then, and I kind of, you know, we can have a laugh about this, but I'm thinking, like, in terms of your faith, because we're talking about disappointments, and everyone experiences disappointment in life, big, small. Along the way, life doesn't turn out how we think it's gonna turn out. Like, I think that goes for everyone. Yeah, absolutely. But for you, I guess, being a person of faith, like believing that there is a God, you know, which I know, and I'm fully aware, a lot of people watching this just maybe aren't there or not sure or whatever, and that's absolutely cool. But, like, staring at a diagnosis like that, and, like, what difference does your faith make in that kind of situation?
Well, you can't, if you're convinced there's a God, which I am, you can't just believe in God for the good times. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? It's got to be all the time. Yeah. And actually, it's also quite comforting to know that there's a God who knows and is in control, even if that's not going the way I think it should go. I'm not saying that should sort it then.
And that's been a bit of a thing with Christianity, isn't it? For a while, it was like trying to sell it as like, come to God, everything's
be
sound,
amazing,
everything's
and it's
great.
Not.
And that's not
the reality.
That's not honest, is it? That's not authentic.
That's not the reality. Yeah. The faith is come to God, and things will go bad. Bad things happen to everyone. Yeah. You know what I mean? And actually, you know, none of us get out of this alive, do we?
Life.
None of us do, unfortunately.
No, that's it.
None of us get out of this alive.
Certainty.
Yeah. So
happy Wednesday, everyone.
Yeah. So faith for me has been. It's just been a constant thing in my life, because I've had other tragedies during life, or things that have gone wrong, you know, serious stuff as well, again, that I won't go into, but and the faith thing has been there all the way through. I think you said something about Bear Grylls.
Yeah. I heard Bear Grylls talk about it, and he said that, you know, like sometimes the charge to throw at Christianity is like a crutch. You know, only weak people have it. You know, only weak people need religion because, you know, they can't survive in life without it. But he was just like saying, well, actually, you know, I think we all need a bit of that at times.
Yeah.
Like and that's true, isn't it? We all are going to go through stuff, and then it's at that time we do need a crutch. We need a bit of support. You know, we need maybe someone to carry us.
Yeah, because I mean, just before Christmas, I'm going into a wedding and all this. You're kind of bulletproof. Yeah. You know, and even though you've got something not quite right with your eye, you're not sure. You've never heard of eye cancer. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, your life changes in that instant. Wow. Possibly forever. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, faith has been the constant thing in my life. Yeah. That has sort of kept me stable. Yeah. So I didn't fall apart, and I know that might be just me, might be my character. I know not a lot of people would laugh at things like this, like I do about myself. I don't laugh at other people getting it, by the way. But for me, it was an assurance that there's a God that knows what I'm going through. You know, and will be there. Yeah. And ultimately, it'll be all right. Yeah. Even if that ends in death. Yeah. If you get what I mean. Ultimately, it'll be all right. Yeah. Do you get? That's what faith. Yeah.
When we were thinking and prepping about this, I thought about this proverb. There's a book in the Bible called Proverbs. It's a bit like Tom's Top Tips, but it's a little bit...
a little bit less Instagrammy.
Yeah, it feels like that's like a heretical thing to say. Obviously, it's the Bible. It's an important book. Tom's Top Tips. But it says, trust in God with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, kind of try to acknowledge Him, and He'll make your path straight. Yeah. And it's kind of that thing again with your mind, like, you know, I can't work everything out in my life, in my mind. I can't, like, in myself. Like, I try to fathom it. I try to think, why has this happened? Why is that happening? Why is this not happening? Disappointment, you know. Yeah. But so at times I feel like my life has been like madness, like things that I've done that don't seem to have made sense, but I'm trying to follow God. I'm trying to, you know, or things that are disappointments where I think, why has that happened? But there's an element of then looking back behind me in my life, over my life, and seeing how God has like woven it all together, like, and made my path straight, you know, like made sense of it all. And not all, like, I'm not saying like it's all fits perfectly, you know, there's still stuff in my life that I don't understand, as there will be in others, but I can see, and I start, after a while with faith, I start to think, oh no, I've seen God works in these situations, and He'll do it again. And there's even that thing, isn't there, that kintsugi, that
we talked about this in church.
We talked about this in church one week, didn't we? And do you want to say a little bit about that?
It's I don't know whether you know is it Japanese, is it? I think it's Japanese.
Details, I don't know the details.
I think it's a Japanese art form.
It is, let's say it's a Japanese art form.
It is now. Wikipedia.
Kintsugi. It's a Japanese art form.
We'll
you might not be aware of that.
Yeah. And what it is they take broken pottery, usually vases or plates, or it's anything in it that's smashed, and
say
they
it with confidence.
Fix it back together with liquid gold. Yeah. So you get these beautiful things that have got all this gold around it, but that's actually glued it back together. And
if you're not seeing it, Google it after.
Yeah. In some ways, it's actually more expensive afterwards.
Yeah, it's worth more. The thing is worth more because often it's kind of like a run-of-the-mill piece of pottery, but then the fact that gold has glued it together makes it incredibly valuable. And in fact, the fact that kintsugi is now so popular, incredibly
collectible, expensive, and worth more than it was. You know, and I guess the analogy then is that God takes these broken parts of our lives and fixes them back together, almost with the gold of the kintsugi thing, and makes it something more precious. Well, we got all deep there, Tom.
We did.
We better get some.
Let's change gears. Let's do some stops. It's time. It is time. It is time for
Tom's Top Tips. It's Tom's Top Tips.
So,
very good.
What have you got?
Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the quotes. Kintsugi, but my mate Kev said it's actually pronounced karate. Thanks, mate. This post says it's from Emma Grant. It says, "You're so funny, Tom and Alan," but I know that's not from my wife.
No.
That must be one of the kids.
Yeah.
But there's loads of people appreciating you sharing your story there, mate, which I love.
Very good.
I love. And let's have a look.
Hence the glasses.
Oh, look at this, Ray. Ray's making a bid for Tom's top tips. Everything will be all right in the end, and if it's not all right, it's not the end.
Wow. That is almost a Tom's top tip, that one.
Let's
Top
give it one of
tips.
those.
It's Tom's top tips.
Okay, so Tom's top tip for today.
Yeah.
And actually, Alan kind of mocked this last time, and I gave my Tom's top tip. But I actually feel, I had some I can't tell that's a lie. I'd like to. I was going to say I had some feedback, and it's really powerful for someone.
Turn people's lives around.
Yeah, but just message me if it has, because I'm sure it's a thing. But it is obviously this is profound wisdom, not quite Proverbs Bible stuff, but it's not far. So my Tom's top tip today is. I'm not reading this off a piece of paper because I googled it. This is wisdom straight from the font. Don't let today's disappointments cast a shadow on tomorrow's dreams.
Wow.
Just let that hang there for a second.
Say it again, please.
Don't let today's disappointments cast a shadow on tomorrow's dreams. Powerful.
I don't know what I think about that. I think I refer to last week's answer to your top tip, which was basically don't dream. Stop dreaming.
Stop
Mikey
having
was
dreams.
right. Your perspective. Stop having dreams,
And you'll be all right.
And for it to have a shadow, right, you're suggesting that there's a light. There's a light casting the shadow.
Yeah, but if there's
the light, I mean, we all know what the light at the end of the tunnel is, don't we?
What?
A train.
Wow.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah. Now, I've got one.
Go on. I thought that was your one.
Alan's awful advice.
Wait a sec. There it is.
Alan's awful advice. You should ignore.
You can tell I'm really proud of these jingles. I nearly cried when Mikey said earlier that he liked him.
Sometimes we create our own disappointments through expectation.
So
there you go. Don't dream.
So don't expect anything, and
you won't be disappointed.
Wow.
There you go.
Powerful.
Solved it.
Powerful.
Easy. I think we need to get Mikey back.
We're going to get Mikey back in.
Maybe start wrapping this up. What have we got? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get Mikey back. Hopefully he's there. Here he comes.
What are people saying?
Welcome him back in. Give him a little hello. Here we go.
Yes, cheers, Mikey. Boys. You all right, lads?
Cheers, Mikey.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, I've got to say, just before we get into it, Alan, that was wonderful, that mate. Like, on the reel, that was lovely. Well done, mate. That was a beautiful story, man.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I missed out the bit where he said, and this is your life expectancy for the next 10 years, and you've halved.
Wow.
It's halved. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Although I did think the joke about getting another Labrador was absolutely savage.
It was. That was Joyce, that one. She loved that dog, She loved that Ella. She loved that Ella. Yeah.
Mikey, we're gonna give you. Let's do a couple of things. We're gonna do a game to start with, a quick game, and Alan's gonna get out and show you some of our what you could win. Okay, so here you go. This is what you could win.
Come on, Alan. That'll be church merch, mate. Church merch.
Here we go. Go on, Alan. Go and have a look.
I must say that I do already have my heart set on one particular thing.
Go on. What are you looking at?
I do. Well, because the thing is, for me, growing up.
Wait, 1 second. He's talking. Sorry. Go on. You carry on, Mikey.
So, for me, growing up, Ray was such a legend.
Yeah,
Such
Ray
a
was
legend.
on last week. What a guy.
What a guy. And this week, I'm thinking about getting Ray's revenge.
Go on.
Ray's revenge.
Picking up the horn.
We are going to go after Ray's horn.
Wait. Here you go. Alan's there. Alan, come a bit closer.
Yes. Oh,
there
yes.
It is. He's a bit dark tonight. There's the horn.
There's Ray's horn right there on the camera.
Mikey's hoping for the... There it is. All right.
There's Alan giving Ray's horn a little blow. He loves it.
Okay, Alan. Show us what else he could. Show us what else he could win there. Because we've got the usuals from church match.
The plinky plonky guitar.
The guitar, very good. No
Tempted by that,
strings.
to be fair.
The Guinness hat. Don't think we have. That's an addition. I don't know who wore that to church, but it's there now. Oh wait, yeah. And Mother Teresa. Yeah, have a look. Very good.
If it was Catholic,
Maybe. Oh, what about the mugs? Look at this. Bring that right up close to the camera.
Jubilee mugs.
Not the Platinum Jubilee, though, is it, Alan? Because this was found in church. So what is it?
Golden Jubilee.
The Golden Jubilee.
20 years
20 years out. That's a collector's item. Look at that.
It's like the church. 20 years out of date.
Yeah.
We've got a PlayStation 3.
Oh, go on. PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3 with no leads.
No leads. And the other one, go on. What's the other one? Just
really
show me the last one.
Really selling it.
And the last one. This is possibly the best. VHS player.
No way.
It's got
that is so old school.
It's got the DVD on the side as well. That's it. Broken bits. It rattles.
Guys,
come on.
I've got to say that for my daughter's birthday.
Go on.
For my daughter's birthday, my nan bought us some DVDs, and we were like, who even has a DVD player anymore?
There you go, mate. That could be a good one for you then. He got bought a DVD player out.
But,
feels like
yeah, but the thing is, stuff. Ray's horn has been out of action, sat there in the church merch for too long. We're gonna bring Ray's horn.
Okay, so he wants the horn. He wants the horn.
Yeah,
everybody wants the horn.
Okay,
everyone wants Ray's horn. Can I get a hashtag Ray's horn in the chat, please?
That's it. And he's gonna pass it on to Ray. You're gonna give it back to Ray if you get it.
Ray tried to win it back last week and failed, didn't he?
Totally. All right, we're doing this for Ray.
Shuffle them.
We're gonna be quick now. We're gonna be quick.
Shuffle them first.
Shuffle. I want to shuffle. Okay. All right. Here we go. And so if you know, play your cards right. He's got to get 5 cards in a row. It's higher or lower. If he gets to the end, he
change
wins.
The first one, can't he?
Ray's horn. You can change the first one. So I'm give him a good shuffle.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing for a pair.
There it is.
Not in this game.
Ray's horn coming in.
That's it. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for you. And then I turn this one. So first card. Here we go. What is it? 4. Do you want to keep that or do you want to get rid?
Oh, definitely keep that. That's a good
Keeping
start.
the 4. Okay. Higher or lower, people?
Higher or lower?
Higher than a 4.
Lower than a 4.
Mikey, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling, because aces are high, there's only 2 cards lower than that.
There is,
obviously, the fancy football man in me, all the data, all the percentages are coming in my head. And I'm thinking, obviously, the shout here is higher.
It's higher. Yeah, higher.
So
I think you're getting a wave of people saying higher
than a 4.
Ray's sending you his love as well. He's cheering you on. So here we go. Is it higher than a 4?
It's last week as well. Did you remember when Ray had the Queen and you pulled the King? That was amazing. 2 weeks in a row.
Ray's horn.
What can you say?
Ray's horn. I mean, it's just unwinnable.
Do you know? Remains out of action.
It does.
It's sad.
And do you know what? We're not going to give you another go, mate. It's as brutal as that. It's as brutal as that.
That's what it is.
I can't help you. There's some quality gear there, and we can't just give it away.
Yeah,
literally, we can't give it away. We're stuck
with it.
We're slowly emptying out the church and bringing it here, and Joyce hasn't noticed yet, but it's only going to last so long.
The bar is getting a little bit.
Okay, but mate, I feel bad. I feel bad for you, but there's a chance.
There's a chance to redeem yourself by becoming a VIP member.
And I think
Finnegan's.
This is the best bit.
This is the best bit.
Ray's horn would have been good, but
Ray's already a member. That's why we didn't do it with Ray. Ray's on here already.
Ray's already on.
There's Ray. So Ray's already a member. That's why we didn't have to do it.
But this is a chance for you to also be on the members list, and then like I said, later on in the series, we'll have guests come and join us for the night, Mikey, and you could be here.
You could be here.
You could be at Finnegan's. I mean, it looks like you're crying there, mate.
No,
There's such emotion.
I'm just reading some of the chat, like Laura saying I'm notoriously unlucky. Like, my percentage luck in card games is horrendous. I think Tim saying you should have been a Baptist.
That's it. That's funny. And I love that. My dad's saying go again, and there's not a chance, Mikey. Them's the rules.
I've got to agree with Peter. The rules are the rules.
Rules are rules. That's
the rules
it.
are the rules.
We don't make the. We do make the rules.
We do. Yeah, we do. But
now we've made them, we're going to stick to them religiously.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
It.
Yeah.
Oh, Mikey.
You used up all your
I'm sorry, Ray. I've just got to apologise to Ray.
Yeah.
You know, I really tried so hard to give your horn back to you. You know, you've been missing your horn for a long time, and you needed it back. So I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Okay, okay. So you've got a chance though, and this is a new little feature. Chance for you to be in Finnegan. So we're going to get Mikey to tell a story. We're going to finish the night with this. We're going to get Mikey to tell a story.
Are we going to talk about the Finnegan's fantasy footy team now while Mikey's on?
Oh yeah, a league.
Yeah, we're going to have a Finnegan's fantasy football league, Mikey.
Oh,
and
yes.
everyone's got to beat you.
Mikey's just thinking that's another tournament.
Another tournament, I'll win. Yeah.
Anyway. I don't mind winning.
So look out for that fancy football.
That's it.
Fancy football, Finnegan's.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. But two important matters.
Yes, two important matters.
So this is our new feature, and so Mikey, we're going to get you to tell a story.
Yeah.
That you think makes you worthy to be part of Finnegan's Bar, to go on the wall. And if it's a good story and everyone says votes for you to be in, you're going to be, here we go.
Get him on the wall, lad.
Get him on the wall, lad.
Get him on the wall, lad. Which means...
I love these little graphics so much.
You know what, Mikey?
So good.
I changed the colour on that one. Same thing. Oh, the pen's gone. Same thing. I just changed the colour. But if you don't... How are we going to get that pen?
I don't know.
It's like the limbo for fat people. I'm back.
I'm surprised Tom survived that, to be honest. Tom, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need a minute, mate?
Gather myself. But if the story's no good and the people and Jürgen and us as well, I'm rooting for you, especially after
we're rooting for you, yeah.
I mean, you can't play your cards right and this at the same time.
That'd be
That
terrible.
would be brutal. But if it turns out people don't want you to be part of Finnegan's exclusive club, what happens is
you're bad.
You're barred, lads. So that's fair.
I'm at the mercy of the crowd. The mercy.
Cool, but fair.
Yeah. So here we go. We'll pass over to you, Mikey, and why don't you hit us with this story for us?
Great. So
no pressure. Well, lots of pressure.
Oh yeah. I know. Well, it's a big accolade, isn't it? To be fair, and I hope I can do you proud. So like a few years ago, I was getting full screens, not like that. There you go, like that.
I'm trying to help you, mate. I'm trying to help you.
A good few years ago now, about 8 years ago, I was going. My sister for my birthday took me to go and see Jason Manford. I've always been a fan of stand-up comedy, and that's why I was always, like amazed when obviously someone who I knew growing up, like Alan, got onto Britain's Got Talent and all, and had a bunch of success there.
Did you hear that Alan had been on Britain's Got Talent as well? He tells everyone that.
He doesn't tell anyone that, does he? No. and so, like, I've always loved comedy, and one of the things I love to do, just for myself and for my friends, is impressions. And if you're lucky, I might do a couple of little impressions for you.
Go on. Do you want to do those now?
Do them now. Then tell us your story.
So there's the first one I learned that I could do was the gingerbread man from Shrek.
Okay,
I don't know
that's quite a niche.
It's proper niche. but it
oh, look, I like that. Clearing the throat. Wow.
Yeah. So
go on.
He's like, he's being interrogated, and he's like, "Do you know the Muffin Man?" And he's like, "The Muffin Man." It's like, "Well, she's married to the Muffin Man." The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
That's very good to me.
So that was one of the first impressions.
Very good.
I ever did. Recently, I've kind of discovered that I can do a little bit of James Acaster.
Very good. Very good.
I was just there staring my rice, looking in the kitchen mirror, thinking, fair play. You know? And that's kind of like what he's like. But the main impression that I do is one of Michael McIntyre, because the truth is, guys, I'm gonna take my headset off. Like I do unfortunately look a bit like him, and I used to have a bit of bigger hair, so
So did I, Mikey. So did I, lad.
I know.
I think we can show people. So tell us what happens. Tell us what happens. It's this Jason Manford thing.
So we better show people. This has cost me 13 quid.
Alan's bought the DVD.
You bought the DVD to show the clip,
and then we couldn't play it. Because no one had a DVD player.
We've got one in church merch.
You've got one in church merch.
So I had to download it as well then instead. So I bought it twice. Twice I bought it.
He's paid this. Yeah, he's paid for this twice. So go on, tell us what happened on Jason Manford, and then we'll put the video on, eh?
Yeah, so like, he kind of speaks like this, and, he waggles his head around. He said, well, traffic's a nightmare, darling. Has anybody even had this nightmare? I've always been reasonable at an impression of him.
Yeah,
very good.
And the tour that Jason Manford was on was the First World Problems tour, and there was like a little, put your first world problem in a hat, kind of like, bringing your own disappointment or whatever, you know. And for me, what genuinely happened was I was in a shop, right? And someone tapped me on the shoulder and went, "Are you Michael McIntyre?" And I went, "No." and then they told me to not so politely get lost. I was like,
such was the disappointment.
So I was just like, I got told, like, I got absolutely berated by a random stranger because I wasn't actually
Michael
McIntyre. Yeah. And so I put that, and then, well, I guess you can show the clip about what
Let's show the
next.
clip. Go on, let's have a quick look at this.
This is Mikey Ferguson on D47. Where are you, Mikey? He's over there. He's over there. That's Mikey in the red tie there. Mikey says, "I look a bit like Michael McIntyre. People get disappointed when it's not him. It's just me."
Oh, the hair!
Just stand up and come out here, my friend.
Fab.
Come right up here. I want you to come right up. Mikey, just cut right across there. Just come right through. We're gonna
Gosh, I was so young!
Yeah.
He's gone for it! I love it!
That is good, that.
This is your moment!
And I think looking back on it, I genuinely do look like him as well.
You do. That is good. That is really good.
That is bonkers.
Very good.
It's been a good few years since I've seen that clip. That's surreal. Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 copies of it now. If you want them.
Yeah. If you want a DVD, mate, you can have it as a keepsake.
Yeah.
15 quid.
Gotta make that money. You gotta pay your Baptist salary, haven't you?
That's it.
Gotta have a second job when you're a Baptist.
All right, this is it. You vote in if you want Mikey on the wall.
Yeah.
If you want Mikey,
get him on the wall,
Get him on the wall. You vote in. But if you are brutal and you think, do you know what? We're not gonna.
Yeah.
We don't want him here. Then you got to say, we're gonna go for this.
You're bad, lad.
All right, so vote for us now. Let's see what comes in, Mikey. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The results are in.
I'm nervous. I feel
I'm verified.
Laura is there with the brutal comment. You don't skip like you used to. Thanks, love.
Oh, Laura.
That'll be 3 kids, that Laura.
That's it. That's it.
They will.
Here we go.
Take the energy out of anything.
Mark saying, get him on the wall, lads.
Get him on the wall, lads. Hope said, get him on the wall, lads.
Marion's watching.
You're all too generous. You're all too generous.
I smashed it, I think.
Is there anyone who thinks... I mean... I've got the James Acaster I thought was a bit ropey.
I think it's more of an in-person one. Like it's more his mannerisms as well. Isn't it?
I love the fact you're trying to justify it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to justify it.
This is like the fantasy football. He's smashing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look, mate. I think you are overwhelmingly in.
Voted in.
You have set the bar so
Mikey
high.
Ferguson gets
so Mikey
on the wall,
Ferguson,
and he becomes. Get him on the wall, lad. Get him on the wall, lad.
On the wall.
Oh,
Get him
thank
on the
you,
wall,
everyone.
lad.
That's beautiful.
Get him on the wall.
Here we
Just
go.
like the gap there.
Right
Just
here.
there. Yeah, right there.
This is the wholesome content social media needed. Thank you,
That's
everyone.
it. Look at that.
We only do wholesome content here.
There you go.
Finnegan's.
There
I
you
hope
go.
I spelt it right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
up
That's why I
brilliant.
wasn't doing it.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Mikey, you've been a
absolute
fantastic
pleasure.
guest,
Yeah.
mate. We have so
Oh, mate,
loved
thank you
having
so
you
much.
on.
Yeah.
So we'll get you in for Finnegan's when we're live and when everyone's here. We'll have you along.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I'd love
We'll
to.
have
mate, thank
an
you.
end of season party.
End of season party down
Yeah.
at Finnegan's.
Yeah.
So
Raise the trophy properly.
Yeah.
that's it.
We might have got rid of Ray's horn by then as
That's
well.
it.
Who knows?
Who can
You know?
tell?
You know.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. We'll speak to you soon.
Cheers.
See you
Thank
later,
everyone.
matey.
Cheers,
Thank
buddy.
you.
So yeah.
Much love, everyone.
Very good. Oh, Mikey, what a guest.
guy.
He set the bar high, hasn't he,
It
there?
was fun.
But if you do want to be a guest of the week, you need to let us know.
Need to let us know.
Give us a shout.
Yeah.
That's about all we've got. Hang on a second.
What? What?
What happens at the end of Finnegan's?
Oh, hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Slick. Last orders.
Time.
Time.
I nearly went all sexist then and said, gentlemen, please, but that was back in the day, wasn't it?
Finnegan's.
Time.
There we
That's
go.
Finnegan's Jürgen. Time to go, lad.
Very good. Kicking out time. And we just want to say thanks for joining us, everyone,
Yeah.
tonight. You know,
We're not back next week.
we're not back next week because
No, because I've got a scan at
Alan's got a scan.
Clatterbridge.
So you can be thinking of him, praying for him.
Yeah,
if that's
next
what-
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And,
we won't be back next
So
Wednesday.
not next Wednesday.
But we defo back the week after.
The week after. And so in the meantime, you'll do us a big favour if you don't mind liking
Yeah.
YouTube. I don't even know what TikTok is, but we've got one now. And Alan definitely doesn't know.
I don't know what
he's
anything is.
viral on
I don't know who
TikTok.
I am. Yeah.
But go and find us on TikTok.
TikTok. Finnegan's, look for the logo.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Like us.
Give us a share.
Subscribe to us.
That'd be
Yeah,
ace.
it'll
Just
be
help us,
fantastic.
get the
Share
word out a
our
little
stuff so people else can join in and maybe become part of Finnegan's Bar one day
That'd be it.
themselves. Yeah. Thank
Thanks
you.
to all our regulars.
Good night.
We'll see you next time, Wednesday at Finnegan's.